It makes me feel very sad. We know this corner pretty well, and we thought that it was protected, and it turns out that it probably was. It was put aside for land care and community land, and I think it might be legal for developers to continue to deforest against all we know we should be doing in terms of taking care of country. But whether it's legal or not, it's definitely unethical to simply take out extra trees that are supposed to be protected for the community, for the parrots and the other animals, and just for the planet. Everyone knows old trees are more important than young trees, so we can go plant some new ones, but you can't bring those back. Yeah, gutted.
I feel really inspired and heartened by today's gathering. We as a community have come together at very short notice to protest something that's a concern to all of us, which is the habitat in which we live. I think it's vital that we recognise that trees are not the enemy. We need trees for life, and we also need to work together to change council, to bring about habitable, sustainable, ecologically grounded policies and practices that benefit us all. We want green spaces, green corridors, we want trees, and we want community to be actively making and being part of decision-making process. Thank you.
So it's just terrible that in this day and age we're taking out so many trees when we have a development. I mean, we cannot live without trees. They're absolutely key. Every single tree counts now, especially after the bushfires. It's very disappointing.
I feel so concerned that this development went through and that every tree and every shrub on the whole of the development was bulldozed. Not a thing was left in an area which has been completely decimated by the fires.
I think that it's very upsetting and terrible.
Why?
Because trees provide oxygen and health, and if you cut too many down, it's hard for wildlife to live.
Yeah.
And I think it's really devastating because first we had the fires and that killed loads of trees, and now we're just killing them at an even faster rate.
So how does seeing this development make you feel?
Yeah, well today I've learnt the word solastalgia, which means, that I actually feel grief when I drive down this road and what used to be there is gone. Yeah, so. And today too, when we had the meeting and just to see the red cockatoos come through, and be here, it was just, they're looking for what they've lost, so just sad. Yeah.
Many tears shed here today,
Yeah.
but coming together as a community, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, that was empowering, and I probably wasn't necessarily planning on, being here, but I came for a drive past and then everyone was here and I just wanted to hop out. I saw a few friends, so yeah, it's super empowering, and I think just what we can do as a community together into the future to just protect and conserve the environment that's already here. I think that's really important for my little ones, for Cove and all my babies.
I was just delighted how much feeling there was in the group, how many people turned up. That's how important it is to the people.
I'm just going around getting impressions from people. What do you guys think when you drove past this?
Absolutely horrified.
Disgusted at what the council's doing without consultation. It's rubbish.
It's appalling. Terrible mess.
Yeah, the asset protection should be within the developed area, not in what is ostensibly public land.
Folks, so on Tuesday at our council, members of the association got in contact with me. We know that council wanted to sell these 3 blocks of land because I was briefed as a councillor that they were going to sell those 3 blocks of land. They weren't sold because the Mossy Broulee Association reminded council that it's actually community land. So council doesn't get this right all the time. That would have been clear felled now. So you've got a very progressive, important association that does a lot of really good work. Secondly, this council is appalling at engagement. I had to bring an urgent motion to get council to condescend to meet with the poor buggers up the Araluen Road. COVID, bushfires, flood, 2 landslides. They wouldn't meet with the community. They don't like doing this. They should have advised this community, regardless if that's legal or not. I think it's legal mostly, and we all need somewhere to live. But for God's sake, don't surprise your community when you're going to do this to them. Because the first you get to see is driving past this and look at the devastation. And we all went through the fires together. At least have the guts and the integrity to tell the community what you're doing. Same as Pat McGinley, the Greens councillor down at Dalmini, just reminded everyone down there, there's a massive development going on down there. What does council say to us councillors? Oh yeah, but we agreed to do this in 2009. 12 years ago. You'd think it'd be nice to tell the community, hey, we're about to do it.
And so much has changed.
So I think hearing the community voices and coming out today is absolutely critical. This council stands on a record that says we do engagement well. We're appalling at it. You're here because this council didn't communicate with you. So council creates a vacuum. You fill it with crap because council's missing understanding a fundamental part of our job is to inform and work with the community on change. So as a councillor, I'm sorry that this has happened. We should have done better, and I hope coming up there's a few more councillors who accept that we actually represent you, not the council. That's the key change that has to happen. Thanks.
We can and we must do better than this.